Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Tony's Messy Allotment. It seems that the more work I do, the worse the allotment looks, and we know it's always going to be that way. While you're working, things get a mess, you chuck things around, and you start stacking up all the crap that needs to go to the tip and everything else. But we've had a couple of dry days and it's been nice. Been able to get on with some stuff. The ground has dried out enough for me to be able to sort out some of the drainage and some of the water catchment things that we want to put in place on the big polytunnel, and again on the sheds. We did have it on the sheds before, but if you remember, we had to take that down so that we were able to rebuild the shed. We've put the guttering back up on the shed. I'll show you that in a moment. All we need to do now is refelt the shed. For the big potting shed, the red one, we've got some tin sheeting which we're going to cut down because I'm fed up of the felt ripping, and we're going to do something a bit different on the kids' playhouse. Instead of felting with the green felt, I've got these shingles that I had off the road shed before when we moved, and I think there's enough there that we can do this shed. And it's they're a similar thing to felt, but they cut into shingles, so it'll make it look like a brick roof, and then we'll have 3 different roofs on them rather than all green felt and everything else. And hopefully they're a bit more heavy duty, so it should last if we get another 110 mile winds up here like we've had this winter. But I'm going to show you a couple of things. We've done the gutters around the one shed, so it's now catching everything. So we've got 2 IBC units off the small shed, which is now going to catch 2,000 litres of water for us. And the reason I'm doing this now is obviously I need to get it sorted before all the rain goes and we've got no water up here. It's forecast rain for tomorrow, so I'm trying to get them done today. Now, I'll talk about the polytunnel as we get there, but for now I'm just going to take you around and I'm going to just show you what we've done on the shed. Okay, so as you can see, we've got guttering put along there, and what we've done is we've brought it from both sides around the back of the shed here, and it drops down directly into the top of this IBC unit. So I don't know if you can quite make that out, guys, but it works really well. We had a bit of rain last night, and it's collected over a quarter of an IBC container each. These 2 are linked. I don't know if you can see this. If you remember, in some of our previous videos we linked them with a bit of silicone hose here, and then onto these pipe works. Now the next 2 that we're going to do are going to be linked very similar, but straight on straight. And the reason for linking them is we haven't got to have spouts into each of them. I can pump out of one and have the other filling, and the levels will stay equal. Okay, as for the polytunnel, you'll have to excuse the noise and the wind and everything else, guys. I still haven't got I'm not recording sound separate like before at the moment, because the stuff is still in my car and I haven't been able to get it. This polytunnel, now as you remember, we're using those 2 IBCs for this side, and we've got another 2 for the other side. Now the other side, they're going to just sit on the ground. We're going to use a pump to pump them out, so that's no drama. This side, however, is the side all the sun comes down, and when the IBCs are up against the side there, it's shielded off a massive area within the polytunnel, and the last thing we want is to stop the sun getting in there. So what we decided to do was to dig quite a large hole. This hole, I don't know if you can actually see it, guys. I'm sorry about the filming. This hole is about 2.5–3 feet deep. It's up to my waist, and it's probably around about 12 foot long, 3 foot wide, which is enough to sit both those IBC containers in and connect them up. And then once we've done that, then this downspout here will run into the top of the IBC container. So that's the next job for today there. The other thing that we need to do, we've got you'll have to excuse the mess around here. we've got some tin sheet in here, which was kindly given to us by Phil, and we need to cut that down, and we're going to get that up on the roof, and hopefully that will stop on that roof there, and hopefully that will stop that shed from leaking. These IBCs are going to just sit where they are because we aren't going to worry about the sun issue on this side of the polytunnel. They're just going to be turned around and plumbed in. But again, we'll link one of them up today, but the other one, we haven't got the connections to join the two units. But what I'll do in the meantime is I'll connect one up. When that's full, I'll pump it into the other one so they're both full, and then I'll connect them at a later stage. But then that's giving us, you know, the time to get on with things. So anyway, for now guys, that's it. I'll come back to you when I'm going to do the IBCs. Okay guys, so we've dropped the 2 barrels in, and we will fill up around them now. The 1 barrel we had, which was that one there, we've had to take back out because we couldn't get a seal on the rubber joint that goes onto the tap there, but we've got a seal on this other one, and because we're going to box this off anyway and you make like a work table out of it, it's not an issue. So about the dents and stuff in the top, so this is what we've done. I don't know if you're going to pick this up because it's quite dark down there. Alright, I'll come and sort it now, babe. So down here we've got where the 2 taps are. You can see the blue handles just on the top here and here. They're in the open position, and we've got 2 rubber gaskets and the pipe work in between to connect them. So just okay. Alright, so what we need to do now, we need to backfill all of this. So to protect that from the soil, I'm actually gonna build a little box around it. Nothing major, just enough to stop it from filling with soil. If I ever need to get to it, then I can. There we are. So that's all we needed to do, and that's just going to protect those taps. And now the next job is to backfill it, and then we'll put a top across it, maybe something down the sides out to some pallets or something like that, and then this will be ideal then for catching water and things like that. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay guys, so there we have it now. We've taken the pipework down the polytunnel across, and we've cut a little square hole in the top of this IBC unit, and that pipe just drops down into the top of the IBC unit there. The boards that we saw earlier on are now covered up. However, in the centre there where the boards are is about 1 inch of soil, so if we need to get down to them taps for any reason, we can scrape that soil back, lift the board, and then work on them taps if we need to. It's not leaking, so that's all good. We've filled in right around it, and what we'll do now, it's a right height for like a little work table. So what we're going to do is put maybe some decking boards or some plyboard or something up on there. You might even do it out of pallets or something, and pallet the sides as well, so you can't actually see them. It'll just be like a work unit. And we'll have a circle hole cut in the top with like a sliding sort of lid, so that I can drop a pump into this one. Like we've got, you can see the hose here at the moment where they've pumped water out to test it. Now what will happen is we've got a smaller pump than this one, and we'll link it up to 13mm hose, and we'll use the hose then for watering. But as you can see in the top there, we just drop the pump through the hole and pump them out. That's why with this one here again, we don't need the taps to drain them. That's why sinking them isn't an issue, and it's done us a few favours. Firstly, it's going to let the sun get into the polytunnel. Secondly, it opens up both those windows, because you can see if we put both those tanks together tight, then we wouldn't have been able to open them windows there. On the other side we're going to have that issue, but I'm not bothered about that because we'll have plenty of other windows open, but it's allowing us to do that. So we're now all earth is backfilled. I got a bit more to move from there now, and I can go over the chicken plot with the other 84 wheelbarrows that we took over there. These are the worst two tanks anyway, IBC units anyway, so the good thing about that is they're going to be covered over, so you're not going to see them, and then the two good ones that you are going to see can be on the other side, tucked out of the way, and we'll get them sorted out now as soon as we can. But for all intents and purposes, we now got water being collected off this shed. I haven't got around to felting that yet because I've got the kids up here, because Tina's had to pop somewhere. So we've got 2,000 litres there being collected, 2,000 litres here being collected, and I'll get the other side working in a moment, and that'll be 1,000 litres. The only thing I need to do, where these 90-degree bends are to go into the tanks, there is a bit of water leaking from them, so when we have a dry day I need to dismantle them, dry them off, put some silicone in, put them back together, and then re-screw them, and once that's done then they should be watertight and shouldn't be leaking anyway. But the water runs down there lovely, so I'm hoping over the next week or so these two will be full, because they have forecast a lot of rain, and it does come down off this polytunnel quite a lot, so because it's a big surface area, you know, to catch it. So hopefully with them being linked now, they should both fill up over the next few weeks. This one here has all been dented in and everything else, but I think when water goes in there, it'll force that out, because the pressure of the water should force that back out. But I'm happy the way that's done. It's also when we sort of build a cabinet around it or whatever we're going to do, it'll also make it look a lot tidier in this area as well. So we're just going to finish all up along here now and around the back, and then get to actually tidying up. I'm off. I'm back in work now day after tomorrow for 4 days, and then I'm off then for 12, so I'll be up here a fair bit doing some videos and things for that then. Anyway, that's it for this video for the moment, and I'll come back to you in the next day or two. Thanks guys.